Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a while. As you guys always know and should expect, I am back with some fall winter trends this season. I always get really excited for fall when I look at the trend reports for the season. Some obviously are like returning trends and some are just like hot and wearable and new, and I can't wait to get into them with you all. So without further ado, let's talk fall fashion and winter trends. Before I get into the video, I actually want to tell you that my earrings and top are going to be linked below. These earrings are phenomenal. I always get so many compliments on them. It's actually nuts. They're by a brand called Lily Clasp, and I am like their biggest fan. I love their jewelry. And this little adorable top is, I figured I would wear it for the video because the color is so perfect to kick off the fall season in a fall trends video. But this is by Riois. It's super, super comfortable. It's like this gorgeous little satin top, and you could even wear it to work. Why not? It's super cute. So both will be linked below. The first trend is a gorgeous color that will be trending all of fall and winter. And no, it's not burgundy. Burgundy always reoccurs in the fall. I feel like it's like a given. So the first color trend I want to talk about is purple. And I'm surprised not a lot of YouTubers have mentioned this because this is one of the official accent colors of fall for the season. It is so beautiful. I'm talking about the royal purple rather than the pastel lilac purple that we saw all of late summer, all of early summer as well this year in 2025. And if you're not new here, you know that I always theme my flowers to match my videos. So how perfect are these purple and white flowers? I just felt like they were perfection for the video. Anyway, I love mixing this accent color with neutrals to make it more wearable. So I'll give you an example. You can always wear like a purple silky blouse with a gray trouser, or even underneath like an all khaki or cream suit. It looks fabulous. It's really nice. More so actually beige, but mixing it with even chocolate browns for like a deeper or darker look, it honestly looks stunning. It's such a royal, regal color, and you'll see it throughout velvets, brocades, and evening coats throughout the season. The next trend is Victorian romance. Now, if you watched my last trend video, you know that I spoke a lot about Shamina Kamali's collection for Chloe. She's the creative director. It was absolutely beautiful, and I feel like that was a trend that now transitioned into this season. So think literally like Edwardian heroines inspired corsets, lace with satin, really flowy sleeves and silhouettes. I love this trend because you could grab a really flowy feminine top and then mix it with a pair of jeans and denim in 2025 and some boots and make it super chic, super boho chic. So a lot of like high collars, poetic sleeves, as I said, and corsets. Like watch out for all those three themes. They all go under the category of Victorian romance, in my opinion, and it's absolutely beautiful. Some of you love this trend and wear it so well, but if this doesn't identify with you and you're more minimalistic and more structured, that's fine. But just throwing it out there for those of you who love like a romantic sleeve and vibe. The next trend is all about plaid. And I cannot believe that I'm about to say this, but I'm actually very into plaid recently. And it's definitely due to the influence of Daniel Lee's newest collections, especially ready to wear collections for Burberry. He has done an amazing job. I feel like Burberry is back, baby. They have like a really strong influence now in fall, and it is all about the plaid praise. Plaid is in every detail. You can really incorporate it into an everyday or wearable look. It'll be on trend. I even love, speaking back of Burberry, I love the newest bags that they've been coming out with. I think they're very fashion forward. Their bags were struggling for a while, but even like this chain bag that I've seen in Neiman Marcus is so pretty. Or this little like buckled printed shoulder bag is so chic. I also feel like I've seen it on hints of people that I absolutely love, like Paige Lorenz and some other influencers that I'm like obsessed with. And I feel like their marketing has really hit lately. So it's actually inspiring me to like pull out the plaid that I already own or even go get like a little plaid scarf or just like a touch of plaid to really incorporate it in a very minimalistic outfit. But to be able to play around with such an elegant and like timeless print that honestly will never go out of style, it's just a matter of going in and out of style. I think it's great to have in your closet in general. The next trend I'm like absolutely obsessed with and will be so hot for fall. I find it to be a trend that's so elevating and so expensive looking. No matter if you're buying a contemporary piece with this trend or a designer piece, that is the cinched in waist tailored look. Cinched in waists are super on trend for fall winter, and they're one of my specific favorites because they're so feminine and so flattering. Even if you think that you don't have a waist like me and you're straight cut, there's nothing wrong with playing around with seams that'll give you the illusion that you have a waist. So I actually really love this trend. I think it's very like high fashion, very luxurious looking, to be honest with you. So no matter if it's a jacket from Cinched or Veronica, like wherever, whoever the brand is that is emulating that look, I think this is a very editorial trend and I'm here for it. Sarah Burton from Givenchy did a lot of these structured jackets and coats with these nipped in waistlines, and I'm going to show some examples here as well as some other designers that I've seen. But definitely, if you find a really great blazer that has that tailored look with a cinched in waistline, I think this will be a trend that will be returning next year. Let's talk about some fur, shall we? I am the biggest fan of honestly mostly real fur, but I love faux fur too. It just depends on the style, the coat, the bag, etc. This year, particularly, you're going to be seeing it everywhere. It's like a faux fur takeover. It's an explosion of fur everything. Boots with the fur, silhouettes with fur trims. And I feel like when I was doing my research and watching just how many people mention fur as a trend, literally, fur is the equivalent to flowers for spring. Groundbreaking. If you get it, you get it. If you know, you know. But anyway, so I feel like this is literally one of my favorite trends. It keeps you warm, it elevates a look, and it makes for a perfect extra layer. Brown is definitely the new black. I have seen it not only in like a light cocoa color for summer, but I am so impressed at how every year it comes back so strongly for the fall specifically. It is a color that can now, honestly, there's no rules in 2025. You can mix this with black, but it is the new black. Like, I've seen so many women pull this off so well in like a full brown monochromatic look. It has returned on the runways, and there's literally no signs of it slowing down. It's definitely going to be here to stay. I also have seen so many evening wear dresses, specifically gowns or like couture pieces in brown, which I find really pretty because if a woman is kind of bored of wearing a lot of black, I feel like brown is the perfect dark neutral to play with when you get too tired of wearing like an all black gown or look. So definitely pull out your chocolate browns, your browns in general, like even a cognac brown, I think is very in as well. But yeah, I used to never be a fan of brown. I've owned very like minimal brown in my closet, but it is such a great neutral to mix in with everyday wear. So I'm here for it. The next one I can't take credit for. I'm going to link all the articles that I did my research with to make this video. And the next trend I will be talking about someone titled school shoes. So everything from loafers to ballerina slippers to ballet flats. What's so interesting is the ballet trend and the ballet flat was hyped up so much for summer that Christian Louboutin even came out with like literally a heel that looks like a ballerina shoe, which is crazy to me. But anyway, more so flats that look like school shoes, but in a very preppy and very like historian type of way is what's going to be in as a shoe trend for the fall. So if you're not a loafer person, there's definitely what I've realized in becoming a loafer girl is that there's like loafers that make your foot look slightly more feminine than others. You don't have to go for like a chunky loafer, and it all depends on what kind of loafer or ballerina flat looks best on your foot. And I know that sounds kind of wild, but I'll give you an example. Ballerina flats that have too pointed of like a toe make me feel like I have like pigeon feet. Or loafers that are too chunky on me just do not go with my ankles. So just make sure to, when you're shopping around, if you ever see like a loafer that you love, definitely give it a try. They're such a comfortable shoe and they're so appropriate to wear to work. But the ones that I always love are actually my Cole Haan loafers. They're so comfortable and I'm obsessed with them. They come in suede, which in my opinion, the suede version is the most comfortable one. But there's something about the shape and the silhouette that they just, the way they made the shoe and its design is honestly so feminine on my foot. So just a tip, if you're like against ballet flats or loafers, this is a trend that I think everyone has to try, because not only is it a comfortable shoe if you're tired of wearing sneakers all the time, but it's just like a very essential shoe, to be honest, in fall. Let's talk about the next trend, which I don't get, but it's definitely out there. Chloe, Prada, heck, Versace even did, I think, a full duvet ball gown on this trend, and that is anything and everything inspired by home decor. So I recently saw this beautiful Chloe jacket that I'm going to insert here. There's actually a client in the store who bought this, and I wasn't so sure about this trend. It's very vintage. I feel like it's for the girl who loves like antiques and loves the revival of something old becoming new. So, some of you I think will love this trend. Comment below what your thoughts are. I don't know if it's for me or if I'm into it, to be honest with you, but this Chloe jacket really surprised me. I think it was all about the structure and like how you compare it with a trouser to subdue it or like tone it down. I just find it hilarious. It's like a trend inspired by home goods, but you will definitely be seeing this throughout the fall season and some in winter. Next trend is a coordinate set. Now, I know we've seen a lot of coordinate sets in the late summer, actually all throughout summer. Coordinate sets have been huge, but they're coming back in thicker fabric, more textured fabrics as well. If you see a lot of textured jacquard, tweed, even cropped jackets with like a matching mini skirt, or a jacket with a matching midi skirt or trouser, they're super, super in. I believe that Gucci, Fendi, and a lot of other designers, even Louis Vuitton, decided to do like a croc suede set as well. And I've seen them. I've seen them in stores and I think it looks fabulous. Thank God for a coordinate set, by the way, because they're just so easy to pack. And even if you buy one for like your everyday wear or for work, I just feel like there's that one set that you know you can count on to mix with different pieces and give different looks to. So make sure that it's a fabric or a print that you really, really love and you're obsessed with. That's always my biggest tip. And that way you're always going to be happy with your coordinate set purchases, because you know that you can rely on loving them, but also giving them like a new look with mixing and matching options. Last but not least, the last trend I want to talk about is the shrug, like a little shrug moment. So, whether that be fur or like a textured shrug, a really cropped bolero type jacket or shrug on the shoulders is super in. I actually saw a lot of these kinds of fur shrugs when I went to Aspen, and also not even when I went to Aspen, before I went to Aspen. I saw a lot of girls wear them over like a long satin slip and it looks fabulous. It looks so good. This is like a, I wouldn't say newer trend. This is a very old school trend. Like if you're not into boleros or shrugs, I feel like they're very much from the past trends and a historic trend at best. And I think that it's revived its way to 2025 and even 2024. So this looks really fabulous if you know how to style it properly. Like I said, over like a long slip dress. I actually am going to give you an example. This real fur shrug that I have is vintage. Actually, my mom literally revamped it. We inherited this shrug from like a family friend, and it's so fabulous. The quality is great, and I wore it with more contemporary pieces so that it didn't look so dated. So I wore it with like leather shorts and some tights and like some really sexy boots. So I played it with it in that sense, and this is something that I'm definitely going to wear again this year. So that's it for my 2025 fall winter trends video. If you enjoyed any of the trends, please comment below your favorite one and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have a lot of ideas for fall videos, but I am having like writer's block. So if you have any videos that you specifically want to see, definitely feel free to comment below. I would love to hear from you guys directly. I also have Instagram, TikTok, so I'm going to link everything down below. And I hope you have an amazing start to your August. I hope it's productive, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.